Alright, Night 6. The Masquerade record of New York, man. I'm back to that stuff again and have to finish it. 2 nights till New Year. The chill of concrete, pitch darkness all around, and then voices, distorted, frantic whispers piercing the silence. A cocktail of discomforts jolts me awake from the abyss of undead sleep. In that moment, the bitter truth of last night's mayhem hits me like a falling tower. The assault on Elysium, the countless casualties, the absolute chaos. But my eyes don't take long to adapt. I turn in the direction of the voices and spot my cellmate, my partner in doom. Padraig's perched on a few steps leading down into our cell, huddled up against the basement door like he's becoming part of it, eavesdropping on the racket outside. Looks like I'm the real sleeping beauty around here. What's up? What's with the drama out there? Something serious is happening. A major upheaval in the Camarillo ranks most likely. Think we are gonna get caught up in it? You tell me. He slides over, freeing up some space for me by the door. I lean in and press my ear against it, ready for some juicy vampire audio drama. You bask in your own authority, Helen, blissfully ignorant, a damn epitome of ivory tower behavior. Treat lightly, Sheriff, you are addressing your superior. Superior, but by what measure? Do you truly see yourself standing above us all, Helen? About those who met their final deaths last night? Pain's gone, alien in torpor, Julia barely slipped through the jaws of that many-headed beast, but many others found no such luck. This is the heavy toll of your negligence. Tell me how many times did I suggest you relocate to Elysium? Perhaps we should seek to de-escalate. Spare me, Arturo. I want to hear it from her. Kadir, you've been so detached, you don't even know. Had I not anticipated such a disaster, securing heavens and employing safety protocols in advance, where would we stand now? The tension is like a thick fog, creeping under the door and enveloping both Padraig and me, leaving behind a sour sting in the air. This is what happens when you fail to prepare the dire outcome of inaction, when action is crucial. This disaster wouldn't have happened if you had simply done your job. Had you stayed hidden? Heeding my directive instead of meddling with mortals. A juvenile excuse matched by an equally juvenile assessment. You warned repeatedly that the mob with their pitchforks and torches wasn't sitting idle. Yet you ignored the matter and insisted on throwing bodies at the old clan instead of fortifying our lines. Ridiculous. Ever since the debacle with Callahan, you've been unraveling, healing, succumbing to stupor bit by bit with your harpy puppeteer applying your decline. How dare? Oh, just shout it out to her. It's common knowledge. Everyone there, sire, knows it. A moment of silence descends upon the room. Kadir, the masquerade. Spare me that old refrain. The masquerade ends when the dance floor is engulfed in flames. Quelling those flames was your responsibility. My role is to prevent fire from starting at all, or to extinguish it swiftly when it does. Instead, under your command, I'm just a latecomer to damage control, while you bash your head against a Shimishi wall. You're well aware of our reasons for prioritizing Vritra. We are gaining ground. Will we, Helen? Vritra remains unyielding, unapproachable. She decimates our envoys and clings to her ill-gotten domain like her monstrous namesake. We are clueless about her motives and alliances. It's clear she is quietly executing her plans, yet so far none of her schemes have threatened our interests. Does this shadow play really outweigh gunfire on our streets? Even from this distance, I can tell Penhard's been thrown for a loop. If we'd paid heed to the polish of the fig blast, to the unaccounted kindred deaths beyond our circles, we would have uncovered at least much sooner. Larson's destruction was getting worrying, ignored because you dismiss him as nothing more than a farce. And now the failures regarding Rita are mine to bear. He scoffs loudly. For weeks we've known our true adversary was well organized. That alone should have set off the alarms, but the scale? He starts pacing, rapidly losing his cool. Curse it, Helene! We had Aaron Fletcher in our sights 2 full nights in advance. The evidence was compelling, the strategy laid bare. This catastrophe was entirely avoidable. Fletcher, that very notion sounds ludicrous. I know, right? But when you really think about it, the distinct sound of a lighter igniting breaks the tension for a moment. He's a charismatic multimillionaire, totally ostracized by the public for his extremist beliefs, notorious for spouting the wildest shit. And the rumors about gun running spot on according to what I've dug up. Plus, he's got his hands on some top-tier tech, which would certainly help in his obsessive hunt. His deep pockets and sheer zealotry are what's keeping this whole circus afloat. Ludicrous as it sounds, the pieces align perfectly. As the coarse argument dies down for a while, I throw Pedrake's a confused look. He mirrors it, though he managed to appear more collected. Then a chilling clarity descends upon me. The influential mortal mentioned in the circulatory system documents, he's in the head of the hunters who are terrorizing New York. Let him say it. I'm thinking what I'm thinking. Fletcher is the influential mortal Reynard was in cahoots with. Please tell me I'm wrong. Unfortunately, no. Damn. The deeper I dig, the farther I dissociate from the person I thought I was. Am I the idiot here, or is Reynard really the fucking incarnation of this it? Either way, I'm devastated. Just then the court drama starts back up. Yanking me back to the present, I press closer to the door, straining my ears again. What do you propose then? A booming thought signals the introduction of Kadir's fist to some innocent piece of furniture. There's a time for courtesy and a time for heads to roll. I call for the latter. We must crush this mob, snap their pitchforks and smother their torches, and for that to happen, Aaron Fletcher must die. Penhard's quiet surrender says it all. She's out. Damn, Pedrick called it. The tides are shifting. Valerie, mobilize our forces. Remind them that the caution is paramount. The streets have yet to be cleansed. And reach out to Torque. Is that wise, Kadir? The potential fallout of the anarchs turning on us seems disproportionate to the benefits. We've skirted around the edge of peace for far too long. I'm not taking any chances. Besides, we need to put the allegiance to the test. Speaking of which, we're currently hosting one in the basement, along with another matter that needs attention. I'm sure our mediator would make for a fine messenger too, but I have to sort out the issue of his companion. Enough. You bring them here now. Understood, sir. I jerk away from the door, its cold surface suddenly burning my hand. Oh shit. Out of nowhere I feel Padraig's hand on my arm, stinging me with what's meant to be a reassuring touch. It's not unwelcome, just unexpected. Take it easy, Callie. We'll get through this. I can't even... Yeah, no, it's over. I'm fucked. Didn't I swear to stick by you? I plan on keeping the promise. All the things we dug up, we've got enough evidence to shut them up. Trust me, just his words are cut off by a screeching of the basement door. That goon I ran into my first night outside Elysium pulls his head into the cell. They waited for you upstairs. His eyes so full of pity, like he's looking at someone already doomed. I sat completely drained. Padre gives the goon a nod and heads out. Reluctantly, I trail behind. The remnants of the once formidable Primogen Council stare us down as we approach Kadir. He is not as wild-eyed as he was last night when he went on that rampage, but the intensity is still there. Hell, it's even sharper than the first time I laid eyes on him. He gives me a look that reeks of judgment. And then, just like that, he grabs his scimitar from the rack. You are free to leave now, Kate. Leave. Kate, if I take you lingered by the basement door long enough, I inform your barren friend of the cause of action. I attend to, but I'd like to see this through. She was my responsibility after all. Very well. As you may have noticed, we are on the clock here, and I have little patience for your charades. We promised castle head on the plate, yet here we stand empty-handed. At this juncture, any ravenous head would suffice to lift my spirits. Feeling the blade's edge against my neck I'd be shaken if that didn't require extra effort. One reason. Give me one good reason not to take yours. Desperate, I glance at Pedreg, sadly pleading for a lifeline, but it's a sheriff gaze that captures mine, gazeful with something wild, like a storm, like an endless hunger and, deception. Deception. Then it all crashes down on me hard as a knockout blow. Oh, you sneaky fucks. You knew the whole time. Kelly, listen. Christ, how could you be such an idiot? Hey, raise your wrath, young raven. No, my wrath stays. I smack Kadir's blade away from my neck, nicking my wrist in the process. Strangely, I feel nothing but a seething fury. All this bullshit with Blackseas dragging the system into the arms dealing. You fuckers were in a loop the entire time, using me to draw Reynard out. Arturo smirks at me like a joke. Julia gives a single sarcastic clap. Look at you playing detective. Kadir looks me over, then lowers his weapon a notch. I suppose there's little point in keeping this charade up. Is Prince? If further attempts to degrade my position are less than welcome. Indeed, our strategy was to draw Castle out into the open to unveil the buyer in his arms deal. His knack for evasion has made him a challenging quarry. We had strong suspicion that he wittingly or unwittingly supplied the mob that ravaged Elysium last night. Given the man's reputation, it's not far-fetched to assume he would deal with a literal devil, but you're closer to him, make of that what you kill. Cold fury is all I have. I'm crushed about Reynard, about everything. My chest was right out all along. That's when you enter the picture. You choosing the cave as your caretaker was just an expected bonus. I'm this close to losing it. And for what? All for nothing. Not quite. You endeavor for didn't plan out as intended. Played a crucial role in cornering Aaron Fletcher. And as for the other misdemeanors of your sorrow, they now pale in comparison. We've got what we need to douse the true inferno before us. Then why not focus on extinguishing that blaze, Sheriff, and leave the minor irritations as they are? Irritations, really? We achieved our aim by taking advantage of his limitless naivety. I think it's time to release her. I'm about to snap at him when Kadir raises his blade again. Not only or not, she was complicit in Castle's schemes, including those that led to the assault on Elysium. It must that warrants capital punishment. I didn't. Suddenly Padraig steps in, placing himself between me and Kadir's sharp blade. Ease off, Sheriff. Sheath your weapon. Reserve its sting for the true culprits. Perhaps, perhaps you have a point, mediator. Frozen. I watched the blade singe closer to Pedro's skin. Kadir, cut the ship, please. Enough is enough. They were there for us last night. Look beyond it through. Recognize Kelly for what she truly is. A blind tool and a schemes of a seasoned manipulator. Her death achieves nothing. It won't deliver Castle into our hands. It won't undo the past. It serves no purpose other than to satiate your thirst for carnage. We've enough kindred already lost. There's no need to add the body count. I'm stuck, paralyzed. It pisses me off. The way he's talking about me like I'm just a pawn in their game, even if he's doing it to save my ass. But I can't even tell if he's really trying to protect me or just using me to further his own goals. Kadir and Pedrake are in a standoff. Their eyes locked in a battle of domination, but that damn blade hovering in the air speaks louder than any of their silent threats. The edge of the scimitar is so damn close to Pedrake's neck, it's about to break his skin. Is mine of this stupid fledgling and truly worth the fallout? Press on and see how Troy's cooperation becomes a distant dream. A bad gash across Pedrake's neck looked like it could open up in any second, but not a drop of blood shows. He's cool and collected, the exact opposite of this hot mess right here. Stop this madness. Enough. Pedrake cuts me off with a gesture. Release her, Sheriff. Just let her go. And then Kadir actually does it. He lowers his weapon, his whole body shaking with barely contained rage. Go now. I get what he's saying, but my body isn't listening. It's frozen in place, still trying to process the clusterfuck that just went down. How did this? Get out before I change my mind. And never show your face in New York. Ever again. Suddenly I can move again. I almost stumble from the released tension. My gaze flickers to Pedrake's. There is nothing new in his eyes. A storm of thoughts I've never seen before. But in that storm I recognize regret, maybe even apology. Who knows if it's genuine? These past few nights have been a real eye-opener about how much I misjudge people. One thing's crystal clear, though: it's time to haul us out of this nightmare. I stumble out into the night. My legs give out and I crash land on the pavement. Dragging myself up, I glare back at the entrance to the New Elysium. The snow's coming down hard now, much more intensely than earlier, covering the building in a thick white coat. Might be magical if I wasn't saving with rage. Oh shit. Fuck this. God damn, how could I have been such a fool? A whole bunch of liars, every single one of them. Reynard, what happened to the charmer? I thought I knew. Was any of that shit real? Or was it all just joke to make me the punchline of the entire universe? And Pedrake, so now I'm just a blind tool. Huh? Well, just fucking too. But I get his game. I really do. It's just pathetically sad. It is what it is. At least he had my back, which is more than I can say for Reynard. Hope Pedrake gets out in one piece. No, I'm done with the city. Should bail. Second Reynard left me out to dry. My gang needs to hear about this shit show anyhow. Looks like I'm for a long, remorseful journey. Just what I need. Might as well drop in on D'Angelo. I owe him, and it'd be nice to actually follow through on the promise for once. Anything's better than lingering in this dump. Death after death. Fuck that top, fuck the Reynard, fuck my caretaker too. I'm done out with Kadir pulling all the Camarilla's forces. There's probably no one left to guard the only dependable thing I have in this wretched city. My fortress on wheels, my mobile haven. I'm just now realizing that I've made it here. The haze kind of lifted. Yeah, this emptiness inside isn't getting any smaller. If anything, it feels like it's expanding with no end in sight. For now, I push that feeling aside because there she stands, my ride or die. The one true escape path from a dumpster far from my reality. Right now, this isn't just a car, it's a getaway in our heist movie that'll blast us out of this shithole and onto the freeway of whatever comes next. Hey baby, your prodigal driver's back. What did I do to you, girl? Jesus, if only I could. At least it's my stuff that got damaged mostly. Thank God they left your tires and engine intact. Those assholes don't wreck anything meaningful to me. It's alright, I'll make us home. You are going to be okay. I just need you to do one thing for me. Get me out of here. I can't stay here any longer. I crossed my fingers how they left the keys behind. The last thing I want is to rip you up any further. I run past the bunkhouse, wrecked by that intrusive camera search, and vault right into the driver's seat. The comfort of the worn leather creaking under my weight is a small but welcome win, but that feeling's short-lived. The keys are predictably missing. I look everywhere, the floor, glove compartment, door pockets, sun visor, even the seat crevices, zip, zilch, nada. That's when I catch it, that distinct jingling of car keys, and it's directly behind me. Looking for this, I take it. 1,000 needles jump into my brain as I struggle to respond. Did the sheriff have a change of heart about taking me out? Hold on, I know that voice. I know it deep down. Even his soul's crashed up. Fuck, could it really be Bad Vika? Or Reynard? Seriously, is this a joke? Kadir must take my head back at Elysium. And all this is hell messing with me, because why else would he pick this exact moment of all possible moments to make his grand comeback? Take your time, kid. I know it's a lot. I can get a word out. Seriously, why can't I speak? I've gone through hell and some thanks to his bullshit. And now when it's finally my turn to wait to him, my voice fails me. And that smirk, what a pretentious jerk. Never again. I just can't. I can't. You didn't show up. I know, I'm sorry, Callie. Why now? So what's different about tonight? Why are you showing your goddamn face now? Shifts in the game. You know how it is. Plus, I missed you. We lapsed into an easy silence. On close inspection, he looks like he's been through the ringer. Maybe recovered from a torpor or something. But his eyes have lost their fire. In fact, they are burning even brighter than before. You look like shit. Breaking the bomb will do that to you. Bomb? What is he talking about? How's Alien holding up? The art hall looks like a blast zone. It's a wonder that Mo didn't buy it last night. Did this asshole actually have the nerve to visit the Elysium ruins after what went down? The sheer fucking hubris, rushing straight into the shitstorm like he owns the place, with the whole world on his tail, ready to explode. Wait, holy shit. You were there, weren't you? Where we almost got sniped. It should quick earlier, the dog you were bonded. Waynard cracks a smile and lets out a soft whistle. Next thing I know, the Doberman I saw on the roof dashes in, wagging its tail enthusiastically, and wraps itself around Reynard's legs. He plays with the dog and he continues speaking. You were knee deep in shit. After that ritual, I was hanging by a thread, but I couldn't just let you croak. Our clan, we are rare breed. Gotta have each other's backs, remember? Oh, and you're really looking out for us now, huh? Beyond your wildest imagination. As the dust settles in my mind, I recall an odd detail. Why did he inquire about the Tremere regent? It's not like they were close or anything. I don't think so. At least, By the sudden curiosity about Aileen, I might have made her promise that honestly I'm not planning to keep, so how she's doing. Most of the core was pretty much unscathed, but Aileen, she got her bad, like really bad. I don't see her waking up anytime soon. Reynard's face relaxes. Well, I'll be damned. That's one problem we can scratch off the list. We? Does he actually think he can charm his way out of this? Not this time. He can take his axe and shove it. Cut his shit, Reynard. There's no we anymore. Not unless you've got a damn good explanation for all this shit I dug up. He raises his hands in mock surrender. Busted. Then he shifts and sprawls in his seat, settling into his usual yarn spinning mode. Looks like I'm gonna be treated to another story about our old routine that I know all too well. Listen, I know you've been poking around trying to make sense of things. I get it, no hard feelings. Survival's the game we're all playing. Fill me in on what you uncovered so I can skip the boring parts. I vow to say nothing. At first, he's lost the right to boss me around. But then, just like that, I'm an open book. He always had this nag, this uncanny ability to crack people wide open. Beats me how he does it, but damn, he still got it. So yeah, I spill everything. Well, almost gotta keep some cards close to my chest, just in case. I tell him that the tower nabbed me over stuff I was clueless about, and that I threw him under the bus to buy some time. He knows inside approval. He pulls the same move with my shoes. Then I bring up a drag. Oh, so the little rascal has been tagging along. Is that Katie Peacemaker, huh? Why, you know him? Not personally, no, just the way he's out there, taking shit from both sides. Yep, right between a rock and a hard place. How is been for you? His look, it wasn't even what I mean. It's not fucking relevant anymore, right? It's your story, kid. Spin it the way you want. I quickly push thoughts of Bedrag to the back of my mind. Don't need that distraction right now. I tell Reina that the circulatory system is hot on his trail, all thanks to a leak from the freaking sad. His lack of surprise irks me. Then I feel him on Jessica, on what she thinks of him. Jess has always had her issues with me. We like oil and water, but she never turned down the chance to cash in on our schemes. Read into that however you like. Anyway, it's a relief to know that she's doing okay. I skipped a bit about bumping into Elias and Sarek. Something tells me that's until best saved for later. I questioned Rainer about the arms stealing. Why even go there? Isn't our usual trade pulling in and out off? And why with the mortals? Is it really related to the uptick and hunter activity? It gives a thoughtful plus for patience every time I'm running low on, but I bite. Finally I bring up Ritra. The autarkies on the Hudson. I make it clear I'm aware she's a force to reckon with, a genuine danger, and that Reynard is involved with her in some way. He hits me mid-rant. I've been shouting the whole time. I lash out, accusing him of keeping me in the dark, of not trusting me, of using me. But then I start to cool off. Unloading all of this really did help, but my fury still burns strong. You really went to extra mile, kid. I'm impressed. He gives the dog another look. His brain obviously running some kind of grifter calculus. Alright, let's cut to the chase. You ain't as deep as I am. Whether you like it or not, but you deserve the full story, so grab a seat. We're in for a long haul. He slinks his legs onto the table, settling into a narrative groove. Yeah, I've been working with Ritra for over a year. All those cover-ups you've been running on the dark web, Ritra's fingerprints all over them. I bite back my anger. Its time will come, just not now. It wasn't overnight, but I managed to get on her good side. I'll spare you the details, but let's just say it involved ferrying herds of mortals to her enclave on the Hudson. His voice takes on a hint of gravitas. What a pick. And then there's Armin there in Fletcher with some serious firepower. Why him? Of all people, it's simple, he's loaded with cash and has the power to sway crowds. Plus, there's the fact that public opinion doesn't buy a word he says. Rita chose him because he's the type, though sudden death should come to that, wouldn't surprise us all. He played it out just as she predicted, a major hunter assembly fueled by Fletcher's drive and, of course, his deep pockets. It worked a bit too well for my liking, as you probably noticed. I cast a glance at my healing wounds. Yeah, I've noticed, asshole. Fletcher's antics have turned the city upside down. These past months wiping out Fiend Bloods, destroying a handful of kindred. Kindly, the feud between the Camarilla and Anarchs, even drawing the attention of the feds. What the fuck, Raynor? What would you agree to fuel the chaos? A strategically controlled chaos, kid. Something at which Ritra excels. She's playing a long game, and her aim is to grab the city by its throat. It can't just be that, right? His smile is sincere for once. It also reassures me that I haven't lost my mojo. It's all a smokescreen. She's after another prize, an ancient blood vial, currently in the possession of none other than Sad. Crazy, right? But he's a kicker. He leans in, icy blue eyes gleaming. This is just any blood. It's from Zapatusra, the Zapatasura, our clans antediluvian. Zapahu? Okay. Zapatasura, stay with me, kid, and get up to speed with our legacy. His family's cozies up to him, staring at me with relentless intensity. Gotta admit it, I have a soft spot for that dog. Once I get close to Ritra, I bet it all on getting in task with her. The heist, she's got resources, but still, it's a direct strike against our kind's most formidable foe. But hey, impossible heights are my specialty. She must have said yes, otherwise you wouldn't be here, dumping all this drive on me. He grins, oozing cheap soap opera villain vibes. That's right, and here's nugget for you, something I've kept under wraps. Of course you did. There were a motive behind it all, Callie. No point in sharing dreams that feel out of reach. Fantasy just out of grasp. That vial, I had my sights on it long before you came along. I knew it was somewhere on the east coast, but Ritra pinpointed its exact location. But let me be clear, sharing the blood was never part of my plans. My plan. Wow, what a shocker. I'd be offended if he was actually gonna let Ritra have it. He falls out of lost in blood. It's rare to see him like this. Normally he'd snap back almost instantly. But not this time, something's different. I was there during the week of nightmares, you know, watched our clan nearly get erased. All at the reawakened hands of Zapatasura. I'm one of the survivors, and let's just say it left scars. Feels like shit, I'm actually sorry. Don't sweat it, it's water under the bridge now. But that's precisely why I'm doing all this. Whatever Ritra has planned for that vile spells doom for us. And we are the Fiend, I said it is. I won't stand by and watch. It's up to us, our clan, to carve out our destiny. That vial could be the key to pulling us back from the brink. Ensure we don't just fade into obscurity. You seriously think you can outplay her? The same kindred who sent New York into a tailspin with a flick of her wrist? It has been easy. Ritra is sharp. Before sending me on this mission, she brought me to her blood to ensure my loyalty. Is this what he meant by breaking the bond? It was torture, every plan I devised. Her visage haunted me. Took me a while, but eventually I managed to concoct a plan slick enough to deceive her. So where's your big win? He scrunches his face like a child robbed of his toys. That's the kicker. Last night, just as we were set to breach the said vault, Fletcher threw a curveball by attacking Elysium. That goddamn mess put everyone on a high alert. Head agents were scrambling to lock down their assets. The SIDs decided to hold their stash out of the city. Classic, right? So you failed. Right, you are telling me your master plan flopped. All that shit all I went through for nothing? It's tough to dent his ego, but I've clearly hit a nerve. No, we still got a shot. Here's where it gets interesting. The SADs rolling the convoy out on the New Year's fireworks, while everyone's eyes are glued to the sky. New Year's chaos is our cover. Everyone's gonna be looking to other way, popping champagne while we pull out the heist of the century. I've set the groundwork, but we might need to improvise. That's where you come in. I think this was coming. The way he spawned the story, I know his tactics all too well. I need someone sharp, someone with a knack for thinking on the fly, someone who doesn't just follow the script but rewrites it. That's us, Kelly. We'll dance around Vitra's fangs and snatch that vial right from under their noses. So what do you say? What do I say? Fuck you. Is that first thing that comes to my mind, but I keep quiet. I'm a total loss. All I know, I wanna punch him so hard his head ends up in his ass. What he did, I don't think I can even forgive him. He's proving himself to be so utterly selfish, yet part of me can't deny that his insane scheme sounds exciting. Think about it, Kelly. It's not just about doing the job, it's about proving we are the shit, fulfilling our true destiny. Suddenly it hits me like a ton of bricks. The truth of my dear old sire. He's a murderer, the kind who wears white gloves, flashes a green while weaving a web of flies, cheese effortlessly, as if it were his right, and coldly sheds blood when it suits his agenda. A gaslighting crook, ready to rescue his child only to betray her when she is no longer useful. How could I have been so blind, so ensnared in the illusion of Daddy knows best? Well, the joke's on me. But it's over. I'm not that person anymore. No more playing the gullible childy. It's time to carve my own path. And who knows, I just might beat him at his own vile game. So you're in. What do you think, asshole? He flashed another one of those smiles that makes my blood boil, but I can't handle it. I think you see the big picture. I think you've got the strength to put up with me a bit longer. I get your anger, it's just justified. But let's do this last job together, and after, if you want me to comfort me on life, so be it. I've got a few questions first. Understandable, fire away. You didn't show up. I just can't get why you didn't give me a heads up. Had me thinking you were permanently out of the picture. To be honest, I wasn't sure I'd make it. The rituals of blood sorcery, they drain you, leave their mark. He shivers as he says that, possibly for real. Again with the rituals. What the hell are you talking about? There's no way I could manage any of it with Ritra's image constantly evading my thoughts. I had to shatter that blood bond, and timing was key. Otherwise Ritra would have been tipped off. But, oh, now I get it. Alien, you made a deal with Alien to break the bond. You've got it, kid. What is she getting out of it? The vial, obviously. So that's why he was all giddy about Alien being a torpor. Makes sense. Have I quenched your thirst for knowledge? I used to find his bullshit captivating, irresistible even, but I'm changed to kindred now. It's all to digest, I get it. No rush, kiddo. Decide in your own time, it's all up to you. You are in for the ride. Catch me tomorrow night, 2 hours before dawn. We'll meet at the Lego Chinatown Hunt. I'll be waiting for you. He gets up and strides towards the back exit, his family trailing dutifully behind. Remember, whatever you choose, we are still solid. Good seeing you, Kelly. Take care. Yeah. The moment he's gone, I collapse onto the steering wheel. My thoughts are all over the place. I mean, jumping into this clearly idiotic, right? Isn't it? But the prospect of pulling off a major heist sets my whole body abuzz, overpowering my better judgment. Damn, my mind is a mess. Time to clear my head and figure out where to crash for the day. Hopefully Matter won't mind me bunking at his workshop. So we have Detour and Friends and Places. I'm such a mess, I can't even put together one coherent thought. I need to rest, and the only place I can think of Matters, but without Padraig around, I wonder how welcome I'll really be. So you weren't just bragging, huh? Meadow gives me my RV for once over. His gaze tracing every line and shadow. There's an unmistakable hint of desire in his look, but he keeps his hands on himself at least. It's really something. Dual revenants roll in style like this. Couldn't tell you there aren't enough of us to keep tabs on each other. Meadow falls silent. This sort of deep contemplation doesn't match his brawny exterior, but it's clear he's genuine. Otherwise, I might have sassed it off. Is it true what everyone's whispering about Elysium and all? Yup. He backs off when he sees I'm not keen on sharing more. He's a rare one, this Matter. I should get going, but just one more question. Shoot. Is Paddy okay? He's fine, I think. Last I saw him, he was fine, dodged the worst of it, likely. I can feel a relief washing over him. I sincerely believe Paddy doesn't deserve your friendship, oh gentle giant. Alright then, the garage is yours. Get some rest, Callie. You look like hell. I'll do my best. He gives a nod as if I tip in an invisible hat and walks off, but I'm left feeling like I missed something crucial. Meadow? Yeah. Thanks, really I owe you one. Forget about it. That goofy grin of his lights up and he disappears into the building next door. Now it's just me. I thought cruising around the city at night might untangle my thoughts instead of snotted them together even tighter. Every sensible part of me wants to cut and run, to leave all this madness behind. But then there's that impulsive side that's been leading the charge since day one, convincing me there might just be some merit to Reynard's crazy plan. If being a raven has taught me anything, it's that snap decisions tend to work out for me in the end. I'm not gonna decide anything right at this minute. For now, I'm out. I'll see where my head's come at nightfall. Meanwhile, retro cruise ship. Whoa. I'm begging you, mistress. It looks like what the movie Blade? None of us saw that coming. It just maybe the lad's wrong. Maybe we shouldn't trust silence. Mistress? I find no reason to doubt that bewildered boy. He may speak with defiance, but his hunger for what I offered him is too great to be ignored. It is a bitter pill to swallow, but we've indeed been outmaneuvered. You shall bear the brunt of that mistake, or that you can be certain. But now is not time for groveling. We must act. What should we do? You and those two other imbeciles remain integral to the scheme. Maintain your roles, pretend that nothing has changed, and be utterly convincing. Once you secure the item, dispose of the others. All of them? All of them. Alright, journal. So that was night 6. Night 6. Anyway, night 7 coming. Stay tuned, I think it's gonna be lost.